Hey everybody, I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. It is so cold here in Indiana today. It is right around 12 degrees and we are supposed to get a whole lot of snow. They're predicting possibly up to a foot. We'll see. I feel like they might be on to something. I don't always usually believe the forecast, but I think we are going to get a big snow today. So I am out this morning. I just thought I'd do a fun little vlog before all the snow hits and then just stay in for the rest of the weekend in the warm house. So my first stop today, I am at Pots and Pans Pie Company. I'm picking up one of their new pies as well as a few to stick in the freezer that are my favorites. And then I'm going to try our new Dutch Brothers. I've never had that before, but we have one that just opened up near our house. So I'm going to try their different coffees and I think one of their lemonades. And then our local Parlor Donuts has new Savory donuts. So I really wanted to give those a try while I'm out. And I don't know, I feel like I need to find something else to eat too. I'm not sure what, so I guess it'll be a surprise to all of us. But yeah, I'm going to go pick my pie up and then I will see you shortly. I picked up my pie and now I'm going to mobile order my Dutch Brothers order. I downloaded their app last night, and when you do that, you get a free medium drink, and they give you, it looks like, a week to use it. So I'm going to try 3 different things from there, and I will show you my pies when I get home. But yeah, I'm going to mobile order that and then go pick it up, and then we'll give it a taste test. Of a line. It looks like there's maybe about 10 cars in line, so we'll see how long this takes. And this location does have a walk-up window. I don't believe most of them you can go inside, but they're drive-through and walk-up window only. So I already placed my mobile order, so I'm just waiting here in the drive-through, and I'll be back when I have my drinks. Okay, so I actually ended up going to the walk-up window to pick up my order because the drive-thru was taking too long, and then I actually checked my email and they sent a message and said that that was where you're supposed to pick up your order. So I have my 3 drinks. I will go over what they are here in a second, but I will say I really like they put these stickers over the tops of the drink where you drink out of the lids. And that helps prevent spills, and I think that is great. And it also came in this nice little carrying container, which is nice because I only have 2 cup holders in my vehicle. So I really like that part of my experience so far. So I got an iced coffee, a hot coffee, and a lemonade with boba. For my iced coffee, I went with the Golden Eagle, and it has espresso, caramel, and vanilla half and half, and then it also has a caramel drizzle. So that is this one right here. This was what I used my freebie on, and it is actually a medium, and I think that's a pretty big size for a medium. And if you're curious, the price on that, it is $5.45. All right, so let's give this one a try. I'm going to mix it a little. All right. So I do like this. I can definitely taste the coffee. Sometimes when you get coffee at chains, I feel like they water it down a little bit with too much milk, and then you're not left with any sort of coffee taste, or it's very minimal. I can taste that. I can taste the caramel. It's sweet, but I don't think it's too sweet. So I've only been drinking coffee for about a year now, and it's taken me a while to figure out what I like and what I don't like. I do not like coffee black, but I don't want so much sugar and cream and sweet in it that you can't taste the coffee, because I do like that balance. I think this one is good. I would get it again. I don't know how it compares to any of their other iced coffees, but I picked these drinks based off some research I did and what was most popular and what people ordered the most off their menu. So I think this is pretty good, actually, for a chain coffee place. All right. For the hot option, I just got a small since I already have this latte. I'm going to take a little bit of a drink of this and then save it for tomorrow. Since it doesn't have ice in it, I thought I would drink the latte today and then I can reheat this tomorrow. I went with the Annihilator for this one. It's got espresso, chocolate macadamia nut breve. I don't know if I'm saying that right, which is half and half. So I'm guessing half milk, half cream. And the small was also $4.65. Didn't add anything to any of these except for the lemonade. All right, so let's give this one a try. So it could be a little bit warmer. It's a very, very cold day. It is 13 degrees outside, so you really want something warm and cozy. The flavors are nice. This one is less sweet than the Golden Eagle. So I think if you are more of a traditional coffee drinker with just a hint of cream or sugar, I think you'll like this one better. But it's not super hot, and it's possible it sat for a little bit so it cooled down. But I think the flavors in this one are pretty good. All right, and finally we have our lemonade. This is the electric berry lemonade. It is blue raspberry and lime, and I added strawberry popping boba to it, so that was an extra $1. So that made this drink also $4.65. So all of these are under $5, and this is a small. And I think that's a pretty generous size for a small. And it's really pretty. It's very patriotic. So I feel like this would be a really pretty summer drink. And I'm going to take the little topper off here. Oh, but you know what? This straw will not work with boba. But I looked at the menu ahead of time, and I had planned to get this. So I brought my glass reusable boba straw because I didn't know what they would have. That is super sweet. Kids are going to love it, and it's very summery. I feel like I should be sitting by the pool drinking this or on a beach. It's pretty good. I like it. I will say that of all these drinks, this one has the most sugar in it, but it's very tart. It tastes like what you would think a blue raspberry lemonade would be. I like the little popping boba in it. It gives it something fun. They have a lot of different customizations, and they have teas, they have lemonades. It looked like they had smoothies. So it's not just coffee. There are some other things on the menu if you're not a coffee drinker. So overall, I think this was a pretty good experience. I don't know that it's worth waiting more than 10 minutes for. I think it's pretty solid for a fast food chain type of coffee shop. I love the locals, of course, but this would do if I'm on a road trip and don't have much time to get coffee somewhere else. And yeah, I think you should give it a try. I would like to try some different things on the menu and see what else I might like, but solid start to the foodie adventures today. All right, so now I'm going to pop over to our Parlor Donuts. Parlor started in Evansville, Indiana, which is the part of the state that I am from, and they just kind of exploded. They had a flagship store there, and they're all over Indiana now, and they've expanded to other states, and they are growing very rapidly. So they introduced these new savory donuts to their menu. I believe it launched this week. So I am going to go check those out and also get a few of the sweet donuts too, because you can't go to Parlor and not get their regular donuts. So let's go do that. And then I need to think of something to eat for lunch. So I actually have some solid food. I haven't had anything to eat today. So now I'm getting caffeinated, and the snow should be rolling in here in the next couple hours. So I need to think of something I want for lunch, and I'm not sure what I want, but we may stop at Yats. That sounds warm and comforting, and it's local, so you might not know if you are watching outside of the Indianapolis area, but yeah, so let's go get some donuts. Alright, I got my savory and my sweet. They were actually out of dough, so I had to wait about 10 minutes, but no big deal. Let's open these bad boys up. Ooh. Oh my goodness. These look so good. Alright, so maybe I don't need to go get lunch. This will be my lunch. Okay, so Parlor, they layer their dough. So they're not your traditional yeast donut, and so they layer their pastry dough, and that's kind of what makes them stand out from other donut shops. I would say, there's some that are like croissant type dough. I don't really feel like Parlor is a croissant, but it's just hard to describe. I think their donuts are really, really good. It seems like some people prefer the yeast donuts, which I also absolutely love as well. I think they're more of a pastry. Yes, you can call them a donut, but it's more just a sweet pastry, and they've just made a twist on a donut. So they came out with these savory options, and I will put in all the different varieties, but I got the pepperoni, and they use the very same base that they do for their sweet donuts that they do for these savory, and I just think it's kind of inventive, so I'm going to give it a try. So it's really flaky, and I think it works quite well. I will say the oil tastes a little old that they fried it in. They apologize a lot for having to make people wait, but I mean that you run out of things, you can't help it, and we have a winter storm on the way, so people are probably out stocking up on stuff before the weather gets bad. I think that's my only piece of advice. Like, the oil is not as fresh. but the flavor's really good. I like it. It kind of reminds me of a large bagel bite, you know, those things that we all ate as kids. But yeah, this is good. I think I'll eat both of them and then probably head home. They're definitely bigger than I thought they were going to be. I wasn't sure that they would be this size, but this is definitely enough to fill me up for lunch. And I don't think they would warm up very well, so I'm just going to eat both of them before I head home. Thanks for coming along today. I hope that you guys, if you're getting snow, are safe and warm. I don't have a lot of travel planned until later in the year, but I just want to do a little vlog just to be able to post something and not go missing for a few months on YouTube. I'll be headed to Louisville next month, and I believe we're going to do like a Galentine's Day thing. And a friend of mine, before we do that, we're planning to go do some zip lining. So hopefully I can take my GoPro and I'll be able to film some of that. I still need to work on my A to Z restaurants. H is up next, and I already know where I'm going for that one. So I'll try to do that probably here the next month or so as well. I don't have any big trips planned until June. We'll be going to the Florida Keys, and then probably a bigger trip later in the year as well. You'll probably be getting a lot of like around Indianapolis or day trips to like Louisville or Cincinnati instead of like major trips. But this is not my full-time job. This is just fun. So I'm not able to create content to post daily. That's just the reality of it. But thanks for watching, and I hope that your new year is off to a really great start. And if you are in a state that has a Parlor, I think you should check them out and let me know if you've had them. Do you really like their donuts, or are you one of those that don't believe they're actually donuts? They're just like croissant donuts or just some type of pastry that doesn't count as a donut. And then I want to know what you think about Dutch Brothers, because I thought it was pretty good for a chain coffee. And yeah, so have a great week. Stay safe, stay warm, and thanks again for watching.